He said, "Give me that link, baby." Adam's the same. Oh, we're recording now. Shoot, what episode is this? Episode 3?
Welcome to the Love Podcast. This is
There it
the
is.
podcast for fantasy football. The only thing we love, baby. Woo!
Okay, that time that was really loud in my ear. I had that volume up way too loud. Didn't say go.
I texted him. All right, so for our viewers, you're only seeing Brad and Dave. I'm Brad.
That's right. So this is
That's
technically
Dave.
episode 3, right? Because we archived the last
Oh yeah.
episode.
Yeah. That's kaputs.
No one will ever see that.
Not, maybe once we hit like a million followers, I'll vow to release it.
Released behind
We
the
need a
scenes
million
episode 3.
followers. Not views.
The
followers.
Snyder cut. The Snyder cut. Oh my gosh. So we were thinking about even like changing the name of the podcast, weren't we?
Yeah, I think we should.
Yeah, so there might be a new name. We'll release that new name later on.
Any ideas? You gotta drop it in the comments. Is that a thing?
Yeah, do we have comments? If someone can guess the name that we're gonna pick, you win. So I guess we'll wait until the other guys join before we start talking about everything else. But we can talk about like basically fantasy football talk is gonna be on hold probably until the draft.
Yeah, I think we all kind of agreed to that. So yeah, it was fun for like the first podcast. Second one was not too bad. I mean, we might bring it up occasionally, but it doesn't have to be heavy.
Right.
Doesn't have to be heavy.
Right. Because it's the off season.
Right. I mean, and although we all are in the best league, like you just gotta wait for it to release it.
There's only so much you can talk about fantasy football when fantasy football is not going on.
I mean, you could talk about Calvin Ridley. What do you make of Calvin Ridley getting suspended for the year? Did you see that?
Yeah, because gambling. What was he doing? They said he was doing FanDuel.
He said. I think Calvin Ridley said. I should pull something up. I think he said he bet like $1,500, and he's like, I got suspended for it. Like somebody put out like he bet $1,500 and lost $10 million because that's what he'll like lose out on the year.
Right.
But
see, I don't have a problem with that unless he's like betting on himself. You know what I mean?
yeah, I'm not sure if they said what he bet on, but that's like Pete Rose, right? Like Pete Rose,
Yeah.
bet that his team would win, and now he's
Right.
like, it's
Yeah.
not like he bet against him and like through games. I mean, that would change things to
Right.
me. Like if you're ruining the integrity, but you bet on yourself, you should be able to bet on yourself all day.
Yeah, right. If you're betting for yourself to win, that should not be a
It's even
problem.
more motivation.
Yeah, right. Because I mean, if you don't win, you lose all your money.
I'm like,
So it makes
if
baseball
I'm an
even
owner,
better.
I want my players to bet on themselves.
That's right. That's right. It's like you're allowed to bet, but only if you bet for yourself to win.
That's right.
Change the rules. You hear that, MLB?
Yeah,
Shoot.
MLB, NFL,
But yeah.
all of them. Because in the NFL, apparently you can't bet $1,500, but you can, beat your kids or your wives or your girlfriends, and like you get suspended.
That's
a
right.
game.
So we're boycotting the NFL right now. That's why we're not going to talk about it until later.
Okay, hold up. No, I think that says NFL. Okay.
Just take off the hat. That's why I got the Sixers one on. So it says that there's one person in the audience.
Who's in the audience? We have audience.
Can they not join once we start?
I have no idea. Where does it say
That
the
is
audience?
funny. At the right under studio, it'll say 2
one in
are
the
in and then
audience, yeah.
1 in audience. So I wonder who that is. Can
Huh.
you let him in?
Can they chat? I'm trying to see. I don't think so.
This is fun. This is
I
really
can
fun.
send invites.
They should be able to chat. Ask
Oh,
the.
It's probably Adam. I had him set up for audience. Here we
Oh,
go. Let's see.
that's good. So Adam can see us. Adam, is it you?
Adam, if it's you, try again. Yeah, he's calling in with the following question. Let me in. This is beautiful. That was
All right.
beautiful.
What gives?
All right. So, oh shoot, he's loud. Holy smokes! I think it's because I have this little
That was
muffin
great, 'cause
here
it
too
said
on
in the
my
corner
mic.
of my screen, it said an audience member, Adam Boynton, is calling in with the following question. Let me in.
Yo, it still says live call-in. He's still on live call-in. That's amazing.
I'm a live.
So we have
Well,
our
yeah,
first
you know,
call-in,
whatever.
you got
I
a
went to
question
the
for us?
link you
Adam,
sent.
so we decided we're boycotting the NFL.
Yeah, let me in.
Minute or so of this podcast.
Yeah, so that's
And
why we're
Excellent.
We're taking a do not drink
you don't
water
have to
on the
boycott
podcast again.
The MLB, they did that themselves.
It's true. That is
It's good to have
100%
Adam on the
accurate.
sports podcast because he knows so much about sports.
We're so little.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, I got some questions, but should we wait for Luke? I mean, I feel like we should wait, but I don't know what he's doing. It's the same link.
I mean, no one said it was the same link.
Well, I mean, I did.
That was just, we're already on. Come on.
I mean, I texted and I said same one. You see that in the text? You see that?
Yeah.
now?
He's probably
Scroll
scrolling back.
Yeah, all he had to do is
Weeks
type
now.
in riverside.fm / and I'm sure that one will show up. What other studios Luke joining, huh? That's what I want to know.
You keep the conversation going. I'll find a way to invite Luke.
I don't know, man.
Oh, I'm going to keep it going.
That's
So
exciting.
we're going to basically be talking about mostly basketball now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know way more about basketball.
Wait, is he in or I have to let him in?
It says he's loading. He's a guest, though. Adam's still the live
I see
call-in.
him.
That's fantastic. I don't see his video yet, though.
That's because
Are we
I had to
we
let
starting this again?
No, this is it. Welcome to
We're
the
rolling.
show.
Welcome to
This-
the show.
this is
we
the
already went
podcast.
live? Come on, Adam. Come on.
We already introduced that we're not
So
going
we
to be
missed.
talking much
So
about
we missed the
fantasy football.
song.
No, you'll listen to
You'll
it
see
later.
it.
Play the song again.
Hey, you are just a live call-in. Sir, do you have a question for our podcast?
Yeah, why did you start before Luke got here?
We had to start it. I got to leave.
And me.
Dave said go. We went. All right.
Disrespectful.
We haven't started talking about anything yet,
for
though.
the worst.
All right, let's get into it then. You guys ready to get into it?
I'm ready.
I'm in. I'm already
You
in.
ready?
You let me
I can't
in.
hear Luke.
Is it? yeah, that's unfortunate. All right, so March Madness is coming up. Let's talk about the Final Four. So my idea was we do before we see the bracket, which it might change because you might be wrong because they might play each other, whoever you pick. But who do you think right now your Final Four will be? And you can take time to Google it if you need to, Adam.
All right. Let's see.
Yeah. Thank you.
I mean, who do we want it to be, or who we think it's gonna be? Are they one and the same?
Who do you got to get it right because we're gonna see who's closest because you might pick like two teams that end up in the same bracket playing each other.
I can see like a rematch of last year happening, like at least somewhere in the Final Four. Baylor and Gonzaga.
Yeah. Well, it's not.
Is this college? Is that what we're talking
Well, it's not the NBA. Yeah.
College basketball, our forte.
Hey,
right.
listen. Well, you guys.
Not
you
the
guys
NBA
wanted
yet.
in.
The only name I could think of was Gonzaga.
Oh my gosh.
They're always good, right?
Yeah. Is that you?
Tell me where Gonzaga.
We're not talking about geography. You just pick your teams. All right, I'll pick my four. All right, here's my
Where it is.
here. You all right? Here's my pre-bracket Final Four. All right, Gonzaga,
about? All right.
Baylor, Arizona, and then despite what Brad may think, I'm gonna throw in Kentucky. So those are my four. Those
Yeah,
are my four Final Four.
That's plausible because right now it's probably going to be the first three you mentioned are going to be one seeds, right? Zaga, Zona, Baylor, likely.
Yeah.
And then probably Auburn, maybe Kentucky. It depends on how like these things
Potentially.
go. But you would think Auburn and Kentucky probably 1 and 2 in the same like section, right? Same region.
Right.
So I don't know. Like this question comes hard because I would probably pick like a couple like sleepers to have a real chance of this, and then it depends how it shakes out. But like, so to answer it, pre thing, whatever, pre bracket, I'm gonna say Gonzaga, Baylor. I already said them, and then I'm just gonna pull out my two favorites, North Carolina and Ohio State.
Boom. It's final. I mean,
They're both gonna be
I'm
in the
trying-
same bracket with somebody else.
I'm trying to try to be correct potentially once I see the post bracket and we do this again.
Yeah. That's hard to do though, because you can only unless you just pick like out of the top 4, like you just pick who's gonna be
Hey,
the top 4.
Listen, whoever gets the pre bracket 100 Final Four 100% correct gets it
Not
in the mail.
Kentucky.
Gets it
Alright.
in the mail.
Promise?
Promise is a promise.
Promise. I'll give you my address, not on podcast.
All right, go, Luke.
All right. So to skip Adam, Gonzaga, Villanova, of course. Who's calling it?
Hold up. Wait. Listen. If you-
Whoa!
What's going on?
okay, so for all right, so for those, we're recording right now, and we just see Adam twice. Oh my gosh.
It kicked me.
Go,
All
Luke.
right.
I don't think I should.
All right, go ahead, Luke.
I don't see Luke.
Gonzaga, Villanova.
Villanova, which they usually play in the same region, so that probably won't work. But Gonzaga, Villanova, let's go Baylor and Kansas.
All right,
All right.
Kansas boy. I'm writing all these down so we know.
All right. Kansas is up there. Villanova's
Yeah,
there
Kansas.
too. I got you. I think I have a chance.
I can't.
I mean,
not
those are
go
better picks than what I just made with
Villanova.
Ohio State and North Carolina. But hey,
I mean,
yeah,
potentially.
yeah, I'm probably gonna be like losing 2 of my picks by the time the Sweet 16 even comes around.
Sorry, we'll see what your post bracket is.
Luke, turn your volume up if you can. You're quiet on my end.
Am I?
All right.
How about now?
Better.
Yeah, you're good. Adam, do you got one? If not, we'll just skip.
You
We
can
just
skip
put
me,
face on the screen.
or I'll give you what the internet says.
Face on the screen.
That's all I got.
all right, what?
All right,
what's
so
the-
your
what's the
favorites
internet
for
say?
the to win, Gonzaga's at number 1, followed by Arizona, Kentucky, and actually, you have some people that have some better odds, but this particular site puts Purdue there. But they're at plus 1,600.
All right, so Adam's still in
So-
Purdue.
Duke and Baylor and Auburn are ahead of them technically on the odds.
He's
Yes.
at Purdue.edu.
Top 10.
I mean, you could, Adam, you could just go into like the NCAA rankings and you pulled out the same.
Maybe.
That's what I did. I just pulled up the AP.
Not too late. Adam can't change it now. He's got Purdue in his Final Four pre-bracket.
Lock it in.
Lock it in. Play the music.
Adam's a Boilermaker. Wait, what music?
I don't know. Is there a lock sound?
No,
Is there a lock sound?
Lock-
All right. If you
That's locked in.
if you get the most wrong, you're gonna get punished.
Oh, Adam froze again. That's all right. Probably not. on the other
That's
thing.
gross.
Let's see if he pops up.
He came
twice.
up.
Oh my
twice.
gosh.
That was amazing. I hope that show is on YouTube.
Anyways, I'm excited about March Madness though. I usually always am.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm ready for it.
Yeah, I enjoy the tournament.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
It's the only time
Yeah,
you
we'll
watch
see.
college
Not
basketball, isn't it?
necessarily a
Selection Sunday.
yeah, but I don't like shy away from that though. It's like that that's true. Like I don't lie about it. I don't try to be like a fake fan.
Right.
Yeah.
That is when I watch
And
college.
you're a Nova
basketball.
guy though, right? A little bit.
Oh yeah. I like Nova. If I had to pick a team, it would be Nova. Yeah.
Nice.
Mm.
They're a good team. They're a
That's
good
good.
team. Yeah. Selection
Seeing
Sunday, and then
Adam's
we
frozen face there, it's
to
great.
somewhat tie it in. I know we said we wouldn't talk about it a whole lot, but we get to like all 10 guys in our league. We all submit a bracket. That'll be fun.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
Who won it
We all
last time
submit a
we did it? We
bracket.
did
and
that-
It's
was it
part
last
of
year?
the.
We
2 years
we hope all 10 will be a part of
okay,
it.
9
2
of
years
them are
ago, I think
currently
we did it.
signed up. Yeah, who won? Did Nate won that, right?
No, we did a bracket last year.
Well, not for like not the whole league, did we?
Yeah, just for. I think that was just for fun.
Oh, okay. Who won it?
I don't think we did it to like determine the draft.
Well, who won it?
I thought it was part of it.
Who
Part of
won
the
it? I have no
wild
idea.
list.
I didn't. I know that much because I picked Ohio State to win it all.
I remember last time we did it together that I remember
probably
Nate
picked
won.
Villanova.
Yeah, Nate might have won too.
I
He
think I had-
usually.
I think I had second.
Yeah. And then wasn't that the Manny bracket that wasn't an actual bracket?
Manny made two. Did
Yeah,
Manny
yeah,
make two?
Manny had, but then he was like, I didn't submit the one that I actually wanted. That was,
Right.
That was it. Yeah,
Yeah, right.
that was it. Yeah, and I think
That's
Nate won,
fantastic.
and I had second, just like the end of the season.
Right.
Freaking Nate.
Yep.
Right.
It's a good thing.
All right,
I
I
hate
had
him.
Sounds about right.
you do hate him. He's your rival. I had another question. Another like we could see who does good or whatever, and whoever listens, or if you're a watcher or a viewer or whatever, then you could chime in as well. But pre-playoff, who's your championship for the NBA? pre-playoff, before you see any of the playoff seedings or anything like that, who's playing each other, and who wins?
Who wins? I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go out on a stretch here. I don't want to pick like the absolute favorite. I'm gonna jump on the John Morant bandwagon. John Morant. Grizzlies go against the Bucks. Grizzlies win in 7.
Against the Bucks.
Bucks.
That's an upset. That's an upset prediction right here, folks. You heard it here first. Memphis, get ready. They're winning it all.
Oh, here it comes again. He just
All right, so
can't quit.
don't talk, Adam. We're in the middle of something. All right. So I would pick the 76ers versus the Suns, and the 76ers are winning in 6. That's my predictions.
All right,
I like that.
I can see it.
I like that.
Luke?
Do I even really need to answer?
I mean, what's your Western
What's
Conference?
the point of a podcast?
The Lakers.
The Lakers. Oh man, they're climbing out of the bottom.
Baby.
If I had to pick a team coming out of the West, probably the Suns as well. They're looking good. They got the experience. They almost had it last year, but they're just going to lose again to the 76ers in 5 games.
How many games? 5 games. All right, good. It wasn't the same.
Nope.
He didn't go for the
All right,
sweep.
I'm
I
choosing.
thought he was like die hard. It'd be like just clean sweep.
No, the sweep would be a little too arrogant, and then it would.
Yeah,
then haunt
the
me
Suns are
forever.
going to take game 1, and then the Sixers are going to win the next 4, right?
Right. Just it would
Well,
be
you
a
had
replay.
it in 6.
It would be a replay of the 2001
No, I know. I'm talking about
finals
Luke.
against the Lakers.
I mean, no disrespect,
That's right.
but if that happens, I'm rooting for the Suns. If that matchup happens, I'm on
That's
the
okay.
West. The West is taking it. I'm not on the West. I think the West is going to take it.
Yeah, you're pretty far from the West.
Can I just say, if you're not watching this on YouTube, Adam just keeps appearing and disappearing. Like it's happened 3-4 times now, and
I'm
once he
so
showed up
bored.
twice.
Shows up.
He was in multiple.
my question is-
screens.
My question is, how do you edit that in? Because you just get the copy of like his video. You're gonna have these short segments of him popping up.
I don't know. It's gonna be a mess.
Oh my gosh, that is fantastic. Oh man, he wanted to do this so bad too. He was so excited.
I could change his status, make him the producer.
Yeah. Yeah. So we need to remember. Well, we have it on tape now, though. We need to see, and then we'll compare once everything happens. Someone is gonna get it in the middle. We should have like a contest though. Keep track of who gets the most predictions right.
That's what I'm saying.
I
That's what I'm
think
saying.
that'll be fun.
So I think can we do my thing? I was gonna say, you ever seen anybody seen on ESPN? They have like this ESPN streak. You just pick like
Yeah.
one
Oh, yeah.
game. You can do it every day, I think, on ESPN, but we do a podcast about once a week. So just pick one sporting event in the next week and make a prediction who's going. We don't have to all do the same one. We all do our own one. And if you get it right, you got a streak, and we'll see week to week who
Yeah,
can keep the longest streak going.
I mean, I feel like we should all do the same. No, we can't do the same one, can we?
Well, we don't have to do it on ESPN either.
Right. So what's coming up here? All right, here we go. Let's do this right now. Let's do this right now. Well, we should have like each podcast. It's like a different like you say what it is. It's gonna be NBA.
Pick the sport.
Yeah,
Well,
pick the sport. Pick the
Go
sport.
NCAA right now because we're in all the
All right, college basketball.
we're in
here
all
we
the
go.
conference championships. So
All right, I'm
anytime this week, any game this week.
All right, gotcha.
You said you were
All
going
right,
first.
Yeah, I'll go first. I'm gonna pick Ohio State to beat Penn State tonight at 9 p.m.
There you go. That'd be a good game.
That might be an easy one. Hopefully.
All right, let's see. You went Ohio State. What are you thinking, Luke? I'm pulling up all the games.
Yeah, I got all
Should I
the
just
games
pick
up
like
here
a-
too.
Should I pick an easy winner?
We're going college.
Mhm.
Let's go. Texas Tech. That's NCAA women's. Never mind. Sorry.
That's okay.
We're in the women's. All right.
I'm trying to figure this thing out. I haven't looked at the
You're good.
streak thing.
I mean, that's
so-
still college basketball. You don't gotta choose men. Shout out to all the women. Happy
right.
International
All right,
Women's
I
Day.
mean, I'll just stick.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead, please.
I was gonna say. I mean, I would just stick with North Carolina plays tonight, and they're gonna beat Virginia. Just gonna wipe
Boom,
the
baby.
floor with them. I could.
You
There's
hope.
others that you could probably make more of a shoe in, but you know.
Yeah, yeah. There's a couple.
Did you
of
see
them
Virginia
probably.
last night though?
Did not.
No, I didn't see Virginia last night.
They had to hit a 3 overtime to win.
All right, I
Snap.
got one.
That was
Let's
something.
let's go. Notre Dame beats Virginia Tech. Lock it in.
All right, lock it
Yeah,
in.
lock
Lock
it in.
it in. Lock it in.
Where's the sound? I got you. Locked.
You need like a lock sound, like or something. I don't know.
Is that a lock?
That might be
closer.
good. Drum it in. All right. Do you guys got any like growing up? You got any like funny or like cool like football stories of you playing football or whatever
Yeah.
Yeah.
that you could think of that you could share right now?
So go ahead.
We used to play in middle school. We would play football on the schoolyard on the concrete, right? And then because we were playing so rough, the school took away all the footballs, so they wouldn't let us come outside with a football. So we decided to play football with a tennis ball, and we did this forever. Seems like forever. And then one morning we were playing before school started, and I remember getting hit. And we'd play, I guess you'd call it rough touch kind of stuff, and I hit the ground and I
Rough
hit my
touch.
head. And the next thing I remember is being in the classroom. And it was like 2 hours later.
Oh my
Right?
gosh.
And I like literally, I was probably, I think it was like 7th grade or something like that. And I just put my head down and just start like moaning, like, oh, like, because I was just in pain. And,
Right.
And so they took me to the nurse, and my one friend Pete, I asked him, I was like, what happened? Because I remember nothing. I had a pretty nasty concussion. And he was like, dude, you hit the ground and started screaming and like crying. And I was like, really? And I was like, how did I get to the classroom? He was like, we just walked you up there and sat you down. I was like, what the great friends I have.
That's amazing.
How old were you?
I was probably like 12, 13?
Awesome.
Nice.
It was-
So I'm guessing there was not many fumbles playing with the tennis ball.
No. Only when you hit your
Yeah.
head so hard that your brain bounces around your skull.
So they took away your footballs. See, I grew up in America. They let us play with footballs.
So
God bless America.
I was playing football once upon a time with he who should not be named, Chris Heinzman, with the whole Heinzman crew. Actually, it was like a Thanksgiving thing, and apparently like they didn't grow up playing tackle. Weird, right? But anyhow, if you know the Heinzmans, you're not surprised by that. But so we decided to play two-hand touch. We're like playing on the street because there was like this grass area that we usually played in, but it was all muddy. So we're playing on the street, and I'm on the other team with Chris. I don't remember who threw the ball, but we're running, and Chris pretty much went to stop because he knew he was about to like run off of the street. And I was like kind of chasing behind him. I'm looking up at the ball, and the next thing I know, I just ran into him and basically tackled him through. So there was two mailboxes. There was like the mailbox with like a wooden like frame, and then there was like those like the paper mailboxes that have like the metal little things stand up. They're not as like they're
Yep.
a little more flimsy, but I basically tackled him through both the mailboxes. The metal thing was like bent to the ground, and then the wooden mailbox was just broken. Like the whole frame just snapped.
That's amazing.
And Chris was just like sitting there like all hurt, and I was like, incomplete.
That's awesome.
It was a two-hand touch game.
Oh my gosh. That's
I
amazing.
took him out.
So yeah, so all this is like bringing me back to like just like growing up because we played like football on like concrete before. We used to always play like by a school, just wherever we could find an open lot. We used to just play pickup games all the time growing up. So I'll skip all of those stories. I got a funny one though. I was wanting to play like actual like football, helmet, pads, the whole shebang, right? And I never actually did like play like that. I just played like pickup, whatever. But the first day I went to like practice as a kid, and you had to put on the pads, which is fine, put on the pads. But then I go to put on the helmet, all right? And this is just super funny. This is me, all right? I go put on the helmet. It was kind of tight, so I put it on, and then I had a hard time getting it off. So I finally got it off, and I was like, no, I'm done. Because my claustrophobic. I was like, I could not wear that helmet because I was like, I'm not slamming that helmet on my on my head.
You're like
So I
Antonio
never,
Brown.
that's right.
You gotta find the
I
right
never,
helmet.
Right.
so I never played like actual like football because I was just too claustrophobic. I couldn't wear the helmet.
Couldn't wear a
I just
helmet.
couldn't. I just couldn't. I just couldn't do it. It was just felt so like closed in.
I'll say like my favorite football story though of actually like playing football. Dave was there. Actually, Brad, you were there too.
Pepperbull?
You know what I'm talking about? In the snow.
No, that was.
Oh yeah, that
Me,
that was
me fighting Manny.
There's
fought
two
Manny.
moments in that day that were just amazing. One was Phil and what's the other guy?
Didn't Justin Barter? Didn't
Yes,
Justin Barter?
Phil.
play?
Justin Barter
Phil and Justin
almost
He
died.
almost died, and like he was just like he couldn't breathe. And we're he's like I think I'm done, and he's like, and we're like, oh, okay, are you sure you're good? And like Phil's bleeding in
We're
his
just
face,
laughing at him.
and Justin can't
Wasn't
breathe.
that like the
and-
first kickoff?
Yeah, it was
Yeah, that was it. Didn't that did not
and
last
then,
long
and then,
at all.
Of course, the classic "you ripped my jacket" or whatever it was. The
He
Yeah,
did
best moment
the
ever.
fight. that was a good one. That was a good one. So
Followed by the
Yeah, no-
throwing of the corn.
yeah, we don't talk about that
We don't
anymore.
talk
Talking about
about
Bruno.
Manny. Oh,
No, but that's fun. That brings me back memories, though. We said we weren't going to talk. We aren't technically talking about football, though, fantasy football, just
Yeah.
football stories. So that's just sports stories,
And
which
we're,
we can get into.
we're
And
boycotting the NFL.
we're boycotting the NFL, so we could just, come up with a lot of like sports stories we can talk about on this podcast
Let
as well. So.
players bet on themselves.
Yeah,
You
for
know,
real, you know.
Let him bet on the Suns. Yeah, we talked about that before Luke joined.
It is ridiculous though. I mean,
That's what we were saying.
I sent you. Did I send you guys that thing where all the different suspensions that the NFL's put out for
yeah, that's what we were
men
talking
who have
about.
abused women?
And
and there's
Yeah,
like
kids
it's
and
like this
everything
little
makes no
slap on the
sense.
wrist.
Well,
Oh, here's a good
did
one.
they
Yeah.
did they ever say? I know Calvin Ridley said he bet like $1,500. Was it on himself or what did he bet on? Do we know?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. Well, if it was, because like if it was fantasy football, how do you even like? Because that's what FanDuel is. Like, how do you even determine that?
It's not like
Like,
it's
how
not
do you like
it's not,
rig it? How do you rig it?
Well, unless he was like I'm picking the defense that I'm playing against or something. And then
yeah,
just
but
gonna let
even
him
then,
keep
that's
picking
such
me
a
off.
hard. Like, it's not like he has
Yeah.
the ability to control that. Like, it's only he who can control, you know. Or if
Right.
right.
it's like, oh, I'm
Right, no, I
gonna
agree.
play
I
lights
agree.
out. I'm
But
gonna
we were
pick
talking
myself
about-
at my quarterback.
We were talking about Pete Rose, how Pete Rose like only bet on himself and now was like kept out of the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
It's like let him in.
Right.
It's not like he bet on the other team. He bet on himself.
Well, and he gambled when it says he gambled when he was
Wasn't he a manager?
when he was injured, when he was
Yeah,
out, he wasn't even playing.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
But he was on his
So
own
that-
team.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know enough
I don't
about
know.
that to really give an opinion, but I always kind of felt like it was overblown, you know?
Oh yeah. So it wasn't like FanDuel stuff. It was like parlay bets
Mhm.
involving like 3, 5, and 8 games that included the Falcons. But yeah, if he's not playing, how do you even like?
Oh,
I don't know.
Calvin Ridley's? Okay.
Yeah, Ridley's.
Did
Yep,
he,
yep, yep.
did he bet on the Falcons? Like, he's dumb if he did.
Um,
Like he should have bet against them.
Yeah, you should- yeah, that was your first mistake,
probably why
Calvin.
he's
Get on the
suspended.
podcast.
Like he definitely was like, no, our team's bad. I'm not betting on them.
They were lousy.
We ain't winning nothing.
The Eagles,
Wow.
the Eagles
Yeah,
beat
I don't
them
know.
in week 1 and destroyed them. I was like, this is gonna be a great season. And then we realized what the
Yeah,
Falcons really
well,
were.
I know,
I
right?
was like, oh,
Oh, they were good.
That's awesome.
Shoot. All righty.
listen, that
So
was
I
fun.
like it. That was fun. That was fun. We need to keep it like that. I got to get going though.
It's 2:38.
Thanks for announcing
Yeah,
that.
you have 7 minutes.
You want me to
May-
you
maybe-
want me, do, we
maybe,
do the music
maybe
outro
12.
or is that overkill?
Maybe 12. I don't know. Luke, you got anything else to say? Luke, you weren't here for the first like 5 minutes.
You know, well, I didn't get a link. So then I found out.
It's the same link, Luke!
from before.
Every
so-
week.
But now I know.
Now
Now I
you
know,
know.
that. So it'll never.
I've been on here waiting since
It will
1:45.
never happen again. Okay.
Dave was on.
I'm
What do
here
we-
not
wait,
even
what
gonna
do we
get
talk
off. I'm
about
just gonna
first?
Stay on.
Dave was on here before I was
Just
on.
Just leave it running.
Just leave it running.
You
Keep
know
it,
who
go,
does?
go.
You know who I'm glad's not here is like
Adam.
Adam, because he definitely, and he'll listen to this. He definitely does not have any football stories
No,
that are fun.
Alan's got nothing.
He's got absolutely nothing. Oh man. No, I think it's good though. This is good. I love it.
All right.
Play it.
All right. Peace.
Whoa.
Well, welcome to the Love Podcast. This is the podcast for fantasy football, the only thing we love, baby. Woo!
All right, that was fun. Do it again next week.
Goodbye.